congratulations on last year, because that was a long, hard road this man traveled because he wasn't drafted. You were playing for the Erie Bayhawks, right?
It was.
Yeah, in
I appreciate it, though.
D League, and did you have any moments? I'm sorry to cut in real quick, but any moments you thought about, I just can't do this anymore? Like, I got to give this up?
I mean, you have tough days, obviously, playing in the D League. Playing well and not getting caught up and things like that. But, I just kept my confidence, man. I had a lot of family members and people in my corner telling me, just keep working, keep working. And, if you're good enough to be there, you'll be there. So I just kept working, kept that confidence, and finally got the opportunity in Sacramento last year, and then got the opportunity to play a lot this year in Dallas.
Yeah, you had your best year of your career with the Mavericks this season. What was the difference for you this year?
I think just the confidence. Coach Carlisle and that Mark Cuban, those guys gave me the opportunity to come in and play a lot. They had a lot of confidence in me, and we obviously had a lot of injuries early on in the season. Some of the young guys get a lot of opportunity to play big minutes. A lot of times you have young guys come in and play minutes, but it's not really meaningful basketball. And we had a lot of meaningful minutes to play, trying to win games, and it helped me out to get my confidence going and playing every night and trying to play well.
But the situation made more difficult by because you are Steph Curry's brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's two-time MVP. Did that exacerbate your situation because people wanted to compare you to him?
Honestly, I think so, man, to be honest. I feel like I could play at the NBA, and I proved I played well at every level I've played, whether it's college, D-League, high school, whatever the case. But I feel like at times people were comparing me to what he's doing at that moment, and that's an MVP level, leading the college and scoring, leading the league in scoring, things like that. And obviously I wasn't at that level yet, and I was being compared to that instead of being compared to people I'm coming out of college with, playing against in the D League and things like that. So, obviously it has some benefits of being a Curry, but obviously some things that I had to battle against.
So, speaking of Steph, his playoff run last year didn't quite measure up to his back-to-back MVPs, but he hurt his knee early in last year's playoffs. Give us your sort of inside insight. How bad was that knee issue that he was struggling with through the playoffs?
He was banged up a little bit. After games, he'd come home and have to get treatment around the clock, things like that. Obviously, it's no secret he was banged up and things like that, but he didn't use it as an excuse. He went out there and tried to. He knew he was out there on the floor. He knew what his team needed of him. He didn't make it about him. He went out there and tried to play well as he can. He obviously knows he didn't play as well as he needed to.
Could you see him a little limited occasionally?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you watch him closely, you know the burst he has. He can shoot the ball, obviously, but you can see at times when he was getting switched on bigs, he wasn't able to beat him off the dribble. He was kind of forced to take step backs every time and shoot over him, and that kind of wears on you. And with guys holding you and banging you up throughout the playoffs, you got nagging injuries, but when you're really banged up with a knee problem, it can limit you. But he didn't use that excuse, and I'm not trying to do that here either.
You shot 48% from the field, 42% from three. Both of those marks were better than Steph. You better shooter than Steph?
I think so. We have our battles in the backyard.
You get him?
He's done it for a while. Oh, of course, from young age. I'll say it's 50-50 shooting games, one-on-one games. It's good battles. It's obviously one of the reasons I'm here today, just being able to measure myself against him in the backyard and his work ethic and things like that. And he's helped me a lot throughout my career.
So where does Dad fall in that shooting list now?
Oh, Pops can still shoot it. No question. He doesn't play us one-on-one anymore. He don't like to move around too much, but we go in the backyard and play some horse games. He can knock him down for sure.
So how hard was it for your brother to accept that they blew a 3-1 lead, obviously, in the finals last year, and then here comes Kevin Durant basically knocking on your door saying, I would like to come there, and your brother was going to have to swallow maybe a little pride and sacrifice a lot of his game, actually, to get Kevin involved. How hard was that through your eyes that your brother had to go through?
Just watching it and watching the beginning of that season. Steph's he's a people pleaser, man. He's a point guard. He likes for his teammates to like him, likes everybody to have a good time around. I think when Kevin first got there, he was trying to welcome him with open arms, make it easier for him to transition. And I think Steph took a back seat in his play. And I think he realized halfway through the season that for them to be as good as they need to be, everybody needs to be at their best. You know what I'm saying? He can't hold back. Everybody got to get in where they fit in. I think he's took off from that level. He hears what people say about him having a down year, things like that. But he knows he's gotten better every year. From last year to 2 MVP seasons, he feels like he's better now. And I think he's proven that throughout the playoffs.
So how much did it bother Steph that with all this MVP talk, Westbrook, Harden, does LeBron belong in the top 3? I never heard Steph's name the whole year, and he was the back-to-back MVP. Did
Once
that?
unanimous.
Yeah, unanimous.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he didn't start off with having the best numbers, playing as well as he is now, and things like that. So, I mean, he understands that. But, I mean, he knows he's up there. Like I said, he knows he's gotten better from last year to this year. He feels like he's playing even better. And he was kind of, I won't say pacing himself, but he knows, he realized from last year it's not about winning the regular season games, playing his best. He wants to be his best in the playoffs and the finals when it's needed most for his team. So, I mean, that's part of the reason they wanted Kevin Durant to come in, probably because it'll help your career out longevity-wise. He can be stronger come playoff time when it needs to be and further on his career.
I have never seen Steph play better over a stretch than he has for the last, I don't know, month or so. Is that
Yeah.
fair to say? Do you see it?
Yeah, for sure. You get, like I said, you got that burst back that he didn't have last playoffs, getting by people off the dribble, shooting the ball well, making plays. I think he's being smarter with the ball when it comes to his turnovers, things like that. Obviously, he was throwing the ball away a lot last night, but I think that's, I mean, getting big leads and things like that. But, I mean, he knows he's learned a lot from last year's playoffs and last year's regular season, and I think they're clicking at the right time.
You think he's content? Because I think moving forward, because I don't know if we've ever seen two guys play at their apex on the same team. It's kind of like Shaq and Kobe, and Shaq won one MVP. Do you think he thinks about, like, I'm never going to get the credit that I rightfully deserve now moving forward because I'm playing with another MVP?
I don't think he's thinking that way right now. I think he's thinking
Title.
yeah, titles. When you bring in a player of that magnitude who can take some of your spotlight, some of your shine, you can't be thinking about individual things. You got to think about what he came in for, and that's winning championships, winning games, and it's not about winning MVPs. I mean, both of those guys have done that. And, I mean, in today's climate, all you hear in Twitter, media, whatever case, oh, it's not about regular season. It's not about individual things. It's about titles. And I think that's the reason you see guys like Kevin Durant switch teams, LeBron try to stack his team to win multiple titles.
So I know this is an individual thing, but do you sense any rivalry between Kyrie and Steph? Because I hear from people around Kyrie that he does view it, he likes to go at Steph.
I don't know. I mean, they play each other. I mean, in finals at the biggest moments. I mean, you're gonna see them later on in the playoffs and things like that. I don't know about rivalry. I think they have the utmost respect for each other. Steph knows how good of a player Kyrie is. Kyrie, I'm sure he knows what Steph been doing over the past few years, and they know they're gonna see each other eventually. So, I mean, like I keep saying, they got to be the best when it's needed. And I mean, it's gonna be exciting if the Cavs get to the finals
Best
like we expect.
Best handle, Steph or Kyrie?
That's 1A, 1B to me. It's tough to stay in front of those guys, man. They can make every shot. You got to be up on them because they can shoot, but then they can
Get by you.
They can manipulate the ball. It's hard to take it from them. You think you take it from them, and they move it real quick. So it's 1A, 1B to me.
I believe he did say that Steph was 1A, though.